Alright lads and lasses, welcome along. Something for the weekend here, innit? Awesome news. Honestly, this Dataset 5, I am loving it so far. It is absolutely amazing. We're going to do some really cool things. Got a couple of issues with it right now, which are going to kind of change my plans. But honestly, I think you'll love it. We're going to have a proper look at something as well that's in Power BI. A lot of people, then they're kind of seeing it. You didn't really know what's going on, aye? Data refreshes is what it's all about. Any fool can do an overnighter. Aye, let's set with Dataset to refresh. Let's do this. Let's do it. It works really well. Honestly, I've got tons of datasets doing just that, and there's no worries with it. Some point though, it gets too big, and then you need to be able to think about incremental refreshing, how you do other things. Now, one of the things that's out there that I love with Power BI is the ability to do what we used to be really complicating in terms of an incremental refresh strategy, just with data flows. Now, Power BI has got tons of this stuff. Incremental refreshes is in there. There's all sorts you can do within the platform as well. But have a look at data flows. Honestly, you might just be like, man, this works. It's amazing. So what are we going to do, yeah? How about we look at the price of oil? Yeah, I thought it's a nice, really basic data set, just like a couple of date values and some prices. So this date it cost us that, this date it cost us the other. Dead simple. So we can get a nice quick build done, nothing mental on it. It's just let's push through it. But what I want you to see is what we can do with the data flows, right? Have a look at it and be like, oh, this could really just change me mind, man. The whole thing with this, awesome. So have a go, right? Let's click on over to the other screen. Let's have a look at it, aye? So here we are, here's one lovely GitHub page, aye? So just like the other ones, GitHub it is. Gonna look at two things, aye? So we've got like the Brent crude, and we've also got like this West Texas intermediate, and daily prices for the pair of them. So we can go in, have a look in data, hit on data, and then you can see you've got daily files for both. Aye. For the sake of this, we're just going to use these daily files for each of them. Have a quick look in it. You'll see it's a dead basic data set. We've got a date and we've got a price. Doesn't get much simpler than this. I thought this was brilliant. Absolutely genius, man. We're going to be able to fly through this data set. We'll get the basic build done today, and then you'll be able to crack on and see what we're actually going to do with it. Let's do some measures and stuff like that. Going forward, aye. Be awesome. Here we're going then, into Power BI, because these data flows, oh, they're difficult to do, aye? See, I've got one written already, so let's go and let's write another one. So come to new, and we're going to hit data flow. It's that complicated. I want a new data flow. Going to add an entity. It's going to be a text or a CSV file, because it's going to come from here, innit? From this data set that we've got over here. And we'll copy the name of it, the CSV file, and then we're going to paste that in here. Here, coming from GitHub, so it's going to be anonymous. Now it's gone down, hit next. Right, so Power BI have gone away, connect to that data set. Love the way the data flows have got it already. Nice yellow button there, transform data. Come on Power BI, how on Microsoft, make this a thing in the Power BI desktop, because that's me biggest beef, like. Alright, so here we go. Dead simple, dead easy. I've got me two columns of data, right? For the sake of this video, I've just got to add a column, right? If you're doing this properly, you'd do it some other way, but we'll add a column here. We'll talk about why this is a stupid thing to do as well, but this is really for the sake of this video. I'm going to add a custom column. Let us call it test. Paste it in there, right? So what we're looking at is it in the current week? Yes or no? I'll say, I want to see things that are in the current week. I need to change it to be text. Not a big deal. And we'll switch it. Get me that full list of data, and I want the daily. Right? So you can see I've got one data value from the 29th. Yeah? So that kind of gives you an indication this week. There is one day in this week. So it's a couple of days out. So we know this is running a few days behind. So potentially we're going to have to do this when we look at the weekly refresh cycle. You can do other refresh cycles if you've got premium I've just got Pro in here, so you'll have to work with this. Weekly's kind of where I'm stuck with, but this is awesome for what you need to do with this. This is a great feature. So I've got my data set. I've got this pulled. It's just going to pull one row of data. I'm going to save and close it. Right, I'm going to call this the oil prices daily. Hit save. Alright. I'm going to close that for now. We'll talk about that in a minute. I've just realised I forgot to rename my data set, didn't I? My table needs to be Brent daily. Alright. Dead simple that. Save and close. Who could forget that, right? This is one of the biggest things that people struggle with when they start with data flows, right? A data flow is a recipe. It's going to tell you, build this data table, or set of tables, because I'll build a second one in a second. Build this data table by taking these ingredients and combining them and making it into a table or tables. Hi. So it's a bit like saying, oh, I've got all the ingredients for me cake. They're still in the cupboards. Why? We ain't having no cake, sunshine. Get that stuff whacked in the oven, get it like baked, follow that recipe, champion for cake, aye? So let's go and finish the cake, let's get the other one in, aye? Dead simple. Let's get this West Texas Intermediate redone, aye? So here we go, dead easy. Second one that was gone, we're going to choose to add an entity. We're going to pick, it's going to be a CSV again. I'm going to paste in the second one, WTI, next, because it's anonymous and all that stuff. Then we'll hit with transform data. That was give this a name, WTI daily. Oh, it's so easy, man. How is this even a challenge for anyone to do? Honestly, man, I didn't understand. Last thing, that was add a column again. Remember, I've got to add a column to make this filtering work again. Let me get me text that I need, because I can't remember to write all that stuff. Then add a column, custom column. It's going to be test. Paste that in. Jobs are good. And switch that from being out it wants to be being text. Load some more of them. Let's pick with daily. Aye. Now we're back to it. We've got one value. Dead easy, man. How on? Who says this stuff's complicated? WTI daily, it's already called it. Save and close. Job's done. Champion. I'm going to hit refresh. So now Power BI is going to go away, and this is the Power BI service, mind. It's going to connect up to my data sets. So the two tables I've got in GitHub, or that exist in GitHub, it's going to pull the data in, and then it's going to filter it down the way I've told it to filter it. Right? Now, this is where it gets stupid, right? These are CSVs. There's no benefit in doing what we're doing. In fact, it's going to slow it down, right? What I wanted to show you was, before anyone goes, oh, I'm super clever, mate. I know more about Power BI than that Jody Intelligence. What does he know? He's some kind of weirdo. He reckons he knows what he's doing. I don't think he knows. I've now got two lovely data flows. What I can do, remembering that these two are basically the same, is I can set a scheduled refresh. I can pick me daily and say I want a scheduled refresh, keep it up to date daily. Do that, and let's say we're going to do it at 9 AM. Yeah, 9 AM sounds like a good time to me. Apply that, right? My weekly refresh, I can say, oh, I want my weekly refresh. I want that to be refreshed, but keep it, let's do weekly. Tell you what, let's do it on a Tuesday for this, just for the sake of this. We'll have to experiment. I'll check it again next week, right? Do it on Tuesday, and we'll do that at 9 AM on a Tuesday. Aye? So, well, I'll tell you what, let's do it at 10, just to be on the safe side. I'll tell you what, 9:30, 8:30. So it's ready, aye? 8:30. Who could go wrong with that, eh? So we're going to go on 8:30 with this. So it's going to say, right, I'm going to take that data set on a Tuesday, and I'm going to go on and I'm going to pull everything in. And other than that, I'm just going to pull in what's available this week, right? So for you, for your big master sales data table that's got millions of rows because you know, we're all big businesses, we're doing loads of money, lads are selling it, upselling, it's great, right? If you're doing all that, the last thing you're going to want is to pull that every night. But if you can pull that on a Sunday night or a Saturday night even, right, get me main backlog done when it's the weekend and the shop's closed or something like that, nice and quiet, and then start doing your daily to incrementally refresh that, put me through the week, and then you just true up. Suddenly, that's easy to do that, isn't it? So we're going to hit apply, job's done. So, I hope you can see, I can do a couple of things here, really switch this around, right? A data flow is going to be available to Power BI desktop to pick up as just a set of tables. You can pull them in, you can then use M again, and we'll do this honestly next week. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to add a calendar table in, just like the one we've used before, put a calendar table in, put all that stuff in, get it all built up, different refresh cycles running around it, and then we can do the Power BI desktop file next week. I tell you what, sounds great, doesn't it? Take care of yourselves. I hear it's, you know, there's a lot going on in the UK this weekend. 4th of July, we're kind of coming out of lockdown. Our colleagues over in the States, apparently have independence from somewhere, no idea what, like, what could you possibly be celebrating? But, everyone, take care of yourselves, you know, and we'll catch us all next Tuesday.